If I take my own father's village, Abungidara, for example, any part of the village you live in, and you are mobilized to Holy Trinity or any of the schools in that area, you are within a walking distance. So you really don't have much of a transportation, and even if you do, minimal. But clearly, the issue of rent and all that is out of the question.
Of the 200,000, 150,000 people would be deployed to teach, while the rest are to become agriculture and health extension workers. Professor Ndubisi Mwokoma of the Department of Economics at the University of Lagos, while commending the government for the move, still believes that fundamental structural problems should have been addressed first.
One major problem in Nigeria is the environment of business in Nigeria. It's not conducive. If you look at the World Bank Index for ease of doing business in Nigeria, Nigeria is down there. Out of about 189 or so countries, Nigeria is like about 160 or 160 something. So we are very much down the line. And for somebody to be an entrepreneur in Nigeria, the person must actually be a superman to be able to succeed compared to other countries. You provide your own water, your own power, your own roads, your own security, everything, which you are supposed to get from government just because you pay tax. Now you are required to pay tax and to still do all those things for yourself. So the environment is not actually conducive. So government needs to work on the environment. Very, very critical. For you to grow the economy, you must have an environment to allow entrepreneurs to operate, to be able to create jobs. Everybody can even create their own jobs. Have something that is conducive for private sector growth.
Others feel government intervention, though welcome, has been slow and insufficient.
The whole thing is really a drop in the bucket, honestly. But it can't be criticized. It's okay. We are throwing everything at it. But we must follow it to enhance it. Number of questions. For instance, how do we get up the quality of these people? Look, I'm talking about the teachers that they're going to be. 2, how do you make sure that they stay? Some of these guys, I don't know whether they are being bonded or something. Some of them will collect this money. They will go because they need, after some time, they don't have the natural flair for teaching. They don't like where they've been posted, any number of things. They walk away. Do we have provision to deal with that? Do you understand? I'm not saying they don't, but I'm raising the question as a citizen. Some are going to the farm. Okay, that has always been something we should have done 50 years ago, in a manner of speaking. When this government came in, I was thinking they will have a program to shift, to move, heavy lift program, to move like 3 million youth, young graduates and things, out of the cities and the urban centers and the small cities and things, into farm settlements across the 100 and whatever senatorial districts of the country.
Some economists say the country must go through all the stages of development for economic growth to be sustainable.
We have to add value. That is how you talk about growing your GDP. Value addition. There's no point harvesting your cocoa and exporting it. You add value. Instead of exporting cocoa beans, you can export cocoa powder. There's value addition. Before you sold it out abroad, you have added some value. So that's the way forward for us as a country. We don't base our growth on commodities, the raw commodities. Even crude, there's no point we just take the crude from the ground and sell. We can add value, extract some derivatives, go to petrochemicals, refinery. There's no point for us to export crude oil, and they will now begin to import refined product. It just shows backwardness. It sounds crazy. Our structure has not been very conducive. Our GDP during the time of a rebasing, Nigeria moved from basic agricultural-based economy. Ideally, we should move from agriculture to manufacturing to industry to services. But if you look at the proportion of GDP, is from agriculture, we skipped the middle stage, which is industrial, and moved to services. And services are, account for about 51% or so of our GDP at the point of rebasing. So you find that we really skip the middle and there's no way, it can grow with a very weak middle. It is a foundation for growth.
The recession itself provides opportunities, and the real opportunity it provides is that we now have to look inwards, because we cannot raise, we are not able to raise the level of foreign exchange we've had in the past to import the goods and services we need. For instance, we used to spend $15 billion importing food into Nigeria. Most of that food can be cultivated locally, and we want to make Edo State one of the centers for food production.
This is an open market in Yaba, devoted to the trade of okrika, a local term for imported used items, including clothes. There are several others scattered around Lagos where people visit in large numbers, especially on designated market days, to buy fairly used clothes and other fashion items and accessories. What used to be the only hope for low and medium income earners today attracts people from every social stratum. Mrs. Abiola Aluko is a fashion designer. She also runs the garment making factory and training institute. Though faced with some challenges, Mrs. Aluko sees the bigger picture, so she persists in her trade.
We have to hang in there because of the goal. The goal is to make Nigeria a better place. By the time manufacturers of garment comes up in Nigeria, there will be companies that will come up to produce those input materials. Right now, people are not going to want to do that in large scale because people buy imported finished products, imported finished garments.
It's difficult to hide from the fact that while jobs are being created, so many are also being lost. So how does the federal government plan to sustain economic growth and job creation?
An economic recovery plan, development plan is actually being put together now, which is really a compilation of all the various other policies that have been released in the course of the year, whether it's a job creation strategy or the agri-revolutionary plan or the mines and steel roadmap. So all these are being put together to come up with what you call the economic recovery plan.